All right, y'all. Welcome to my my life lesson here. I promise I won't keep it too long. Cause life update, I am about to see a few apartments out outside of Chicago. I'm not gonna tell you where. I'm gonna see a few apartments out in this suburb up north of Chicago, which is where I'm gonna be relocating to soon. And so I'm seeing three places today. I'm hoping that I'll really love one of them, and one of them will be very open to my situation, because essentially the company that offered me a job is going to help relocate. They're going to give like a relocation reimbursement, which, you know, they're not going to allocate the money for me to be able to like give the leasing company to begin with, but if I pay it, they'll reimburse me, which is like, it's great, of course, but at the same time, it's like, girl, where do you think I'm going to get $3,000 to like give to a leasing company? The whole point is that I don't have a job right now, and you're about to give me one. So like, where's this money coming from? I don't know. Which very much is a part of the bureaucratic system of how things are run. Like, we really don't think ahead and like solve issues and prevent them in the future. We just like wait for things to happen and then problem solve them later. And so yes, the company is a boys club, as you can tell. They're not thinking things all the way through, but it's, again, fine. They're pretty new, I believe, like 2019 kind of new, and I'm helping set up, you know, a site in the Chicagoland area for them. So even the like relocation reimbursement stuff is like also very new for them. So I'm not like holding it against them. I think that like I, just like others before me, are the guinea pigs of like how to, you know, help someone relocate and like offer them the position and like get you know, their feet grounded, whatever. Excuse me. So that said, that's kind of like the positive upward trajectory of my career right now, which I'm really happy and excited about. It's also gonna allow me the opportunity to live alone again, which I lived alone for about 1.5 years. My first 6 months living out without a roommate, I still kind of had a roommate because I was in a co-living situation in Pilsen. And it was a 4-bedroom apartment, but there was only 2 of us in it at the time. And he was very like in and out, especially because this was around the holiday season. So he is from California. He like went home a lot to visit family. And he was very much a recluse to himself kind of person anyway. Kind of the opposite. He was a Virgo, y'all. I think an August Virgo also. So like, he was so the opposite, the yin to my yang as a Virgo. I'm not like that at all. I think that's so funny. He was such a like loner, such a like prude, uptight kind of person, which that's the August Virgos. I swear, I just like put that together because I know 2 other Virgos. I know 3 Virgos that are, I think they all have the same birthday too, which is crazy. August 28th. A family member, an ex, and a friend of mine all have that same birthday. They're all August Virgos, all very uptight, prude, sensitive people, and it's okay. I'm sensitive too. Anyways, I wanted to also share from that last channel update about like kind of putting a lot of the you-know-who stuff to rest for a while. It's clear he's gonna step into his F him, Demetrius could go to hell mindset and mentality, and that's absolutely fine. I want to make this video to hold myself accountable to never do that. I am very upset at him, and I'm very upset at the way that he has been acting, the way that he has handled a lot of the situations that we've been through, the way that he is not taking accountability for the harm that he has caused me, the way that he is unwilling to have a conversation about the amount of times that he abandoned and neglected me and betrayed me and fucking quite literally cheated on me. And so I'm very upset at him and the situation, and like the last interaction that we had together. I went off on him, y'all, and I'm really proud of myself for that, because enough was enough. Like, he pushes me to that point of no return, and then fucking cries that I get there, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And the way that things work, y'all, and this is just unfortunate, but like, the way that things work is that like he will realize everything he needed to in order to be better to Demetrius for the next person. And also the way that the world works in karma and life is that like that person will essentially be him to him, if that makes sense. Like, he will turn into Demetrius in his next relationship and be dealing with the you know who, and then he's gonna fucking get it, and then he's gonna fucking run to Demetrius like, I'm so sorry, I get it now, everything makes sense. And it's gonna leave me in that impossible corner of like, okay, now that you get it, like, do I forgive you, or do I say F you and like you could go to hell, like how you told me, but way back when? That is literally karma. And I think, again, to hold myself accountable and to like share a life lesson with y'all, I think it is better to stay neutral about the situation. I think it is best to not try again with that person, or have any sort of relationship with that person. However, at the same time, we have to give people grace to get to where they need to be, to get to that level of awareness that like, oh, there was something that I was truly missing, and now in the future I'll know to always be open-minded toward what I'm experiencing with my relationship with other people. So that's why I'm not gonna be nasty and say he could go to hell now. Like I said, I'm taking a pause on any content related toward us. I still will, anytime that I talk about him, refer to him as like, you know who, because he's Voldemort at this point. We don't say his name anymore, or Trump, we don't say his name either. And so sorry, I like, now my mind started thinking about Lucifer, because like, I'm gonna just start calling him Lucifer. He the devil, y'all. Anyways, I don't want to go to a he can go to hell kind of place or headspace. I just want to I want to finish telling my story when it's time, because I just want, when I'm done with that, it feels like it's like my little body of work, my project, this era in my life, this chapter in my life that I want to be able to close off and end one day. I think until that moment comes where like I post the last video that's any content related to he and I, and me while I was in that relationship, while I was out of it, etc. I think in between, from now until that time, I'm gonna make a lot of art that is representative of my experience and the life lessons that I'm learning, and how karma is really showing up in both of our lives. I'm sure from the last thing that he said, feels like things are starting to also progress for him. So like, maybe he's not getting bad karma, y'all. Whatever it is, I don't know. It's not for me, but I know that I'm not. I feel like my bad karma was losing our relationship, because we had a lot of potential to be great. But you cannot, that fuel is not gonna fire that engine long enough for it to become a successful, healthy, secure relationship and dynamic. So that's my karma, that we just really didn't work out. Anything after him has been a blessing that's like coming my way. And this blessing with this job also is like, again, allowing me the space to begin to live life how I want to begin to afford the lifestyle that I want for myself, to be able to move in the direction that I've said I want in my life to go toward. So it's nothing but blessings. It's nothing but clear, sunny skies along the next transition, the next chapter in my journey. And I think 28 is going to be a very, very strong year for me. I think 28, I know in fact 28 is my year that I build my wealth. And I know going into 29 is the year that I enjoy that wealth. Because your Saturn returns, thank you Ariana for this lesson, but your Saturn returns every 29 years. So this next year, I'm sorry, is pretty much my last true year of my like 20s, I would say, because then 29 is like, it's a new beginning. It's prepping for my 30s, which are gonna be like so fruitful, so joyful. I'm sure also very sad, and your 30s is to my knowledge when a lot of loss starts happening even more. You kind of start getting up in age, and people above you start getting up in age, and like loss starts to be felt, especially even if it's like in not to necessarily death or anything, just like friendships, like long-term friendships that you've had also tend to end sometimes in your 30s. It's also a time for new beginnings. A lot of people start families in their 30s. A lot of people are able to buy homes in their 30s. A lot of people like relocate and move outside of their homes, city, state, country. So 29 is really gonna like prepare me for that, and 28 is like, I can tell, the catalyst for me being able to move smoothly through the next few years. So I am very excited, y'all, and I'm finally truly in a place where I can like put emotionally the you know who stuff behind me. I don't think that it's the end of that chapter yet. I need to like get to posting that last video. It's not just him, y'all, either. Like I have another you know who, KJ, that's the last time I'll say his name. I'll refer to them as my Eli's my Edward, and KJ is my Jacob. I think that I have completed my spiritual journey with the both of them and the lessons that I needed to learn. It very much feels like the lesson is fuck both of them. Like, not fuck them, they can go to hell, just fuck both of them. They're little boys that can't get their shit together, and that's not to say that I'm completely a saint either. I have done things, and not even the infidelity, the cheating thing, what, you know, my Edward, that is like a whole nother category, topic of a conversation, way off on its own island. I'm gonna stop referring to that. However, I know that there are a lot of times where I hurt my Edward and my Jacob just by like being myself and existing and living in my truth and my authenticity, and rather than speak to me about it and try to like actually grow together, they move weirdly, I would say, and differently than how I would have handled being hurt by somebody. And then when the tables are turned and I am hurt by somebody and I handle it, to me, in the most healthy, secure way that I know how, given the 2 degrees that I have in psychology and social work, they also tend to not like that. It's like it shows a mirror image to how they handle things, and I think that their minds can't handle that. They do not have the healthiest, most secure attachments, behaviors, coping mechanisms, defense mechanisms, etc. And so they lash out and they project and they hurt Demetrius back, and then that pulls out my own triggers and my own struggles and my own, like, it knocks on the door of my limitations of like, okay, how much patience do I have to be like, I see why you're doing this and I understand, because not only am I a double Virgo, but I have 2 degrees that help me understand your process and what you're going through. However, don't fucking play with me, because you're poking the bear. You're like, you lit the fire, and let's keep it smoldering, because like you're about to like keep turning the dial up, and then you're really not gonna fucking like me, which I'm gonna let y'all know right now, that's what happens every single time. And then I'm always the bad guy. I'm always the villain. I'm always worse than them. And you know what? I'll give them that. That's true. I always have to one up someone and like get revenge. And it's the Scorpio in me, y'all. Like I'm the whole zodiac sign, the whole zodiac chart, since I don't know my birth time and I can't figure out my rising. I have to be the whole zodiac sign chart. I'm sorry. And that Scorpio in me just wants to get them back. Like it's so hard. Please, any Scorpios, enter the chat, enter the comment section. Like, how do y'all, for a healed Scorpio, how do you not get revenge? Because like, I just want to see their world crash and burn, since they like didn't give a fuck about mine. But whatever other signs of me that are more peaceful, that are like, and honestly, it's kind of my Virgo nature too, that I'm like karma do its thing. Their karma is that they lost Demetrius. Like, I don't need it to be anything other than that. Their karma is that they lost someone great, and it don't matter if they don't fucking see it that way. that's the truth. That really is. I am such a high value person, such a high value woman and man. I know I bring a lot to the table, and not just because of like any financial security that that I have, but like just the way that I see the world, the way that I approach conflict, the way that I care for another person, the way that I care for myself also. Like I have a lot of value, and I know my value, and I see it, and I love it, and their karma, it's their loss, and it's fine also if they don't see it as a loss. That's even better. So I guess that's just a little life lesson on karma. Like, just don't try to be karma. Don't try to take that role or that responsibility. Karma will get them. Like, I'm trying to see the directions. Karma will literally come for them in whatever ways that it does. And again, the karma can even be that they don't have you anymore. They lost you, of all people. It's not that like, oh, now they're gonna lose their job or their car's gonna break down. Like, that happens sometimes too, but at least from my understanding, it's their loss, that they just lost someone great that really cared about them, that wanted to help them grow as an individual. Give them grace to outgrow their shadow side, that darkness in them that they don't know what to do with and how to heal. I don't know if I can turn. I think I can. And it's all quite literally fine, babes. It'll be literally fine. I don't think that there's anything else I have. I'm trying to think if I have any other thoughts, feelings, opinions that I want to share. I don't think so. I guess that's it, y'all. I will see you in the next one. I love you, ojitos. Give me 1 second.